Hey everybody, what is going on? SiriLoveJav here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What I figured today is I'd do a nice little 25 PED mining run just to get back to sort of the old school and do things the way I used to do it. I know some of you guys are sort of not worried, but wondering if I'm not going to be posting Entropia Universe stuff anymore, and I wanted to sort of alleviate those fears as always and say there's still going to be some Entropia Universe stuff. I just wanted to take a break because the losses were getting a little too big for me. So let's see if I can't turn things around and maybe make some money here. So yeah, for those of you guys wondering, like, since most of my PEDs are made just as a non-depositor, right? I have a set sort of weekly, monthly, whatever budget that I've got to stick to. And I was starting to go over that budget, which usually isn't too big of a deal because I won't play that much then. So I just needed to cut back on the playtime, and I thought I still wanted to keep going with sort of putting out videos daily-ish. So that's why I'm doing sort of the Prey Let's Play, I'm doing the RuneScape videos and all of that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that stuff as well as the Entropia content. I know not everybody's into Prey and all that, but I've got to do something. So if you guys have any game suggestions or anything like that, feel free to post them down below. It's especially good if you guys can come up with some like free-to-play games or games that I already have. Because yeah, if I've already got it, I'm more than welcome. Like, I'm more than happy to do a quick video on it or something like that, or give it a shot. If I've got to buy it, then it becomes like more of a, do I think it's worth the money? Do I think it's worth the spend? Because, you know, everybody likes their own games, right? Like Entropia Universe is very niche. I know a lot of you guys do like those MMORPGs, so that's why I figured RuneScape would be a bit of a hit. And so far, it seems to have been. But I just wanted to get back to sort of the old school and do a nice little mining run. I am working on part 2 of my 100 to 200 PED auction challenge, as most of you guys probably figured. It's just that takes a little bit because, well, you've got to sell on the auction. And so like each video probably takes me like a week or two to actually come up with all the content to do it. Just because the auctions don't fly by, usually you're sort of sitting on it waiting a while. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've got like maybe 7 clips together, but I want to get a few more just so I can show you guys like some nice positive gains, hopefully. But yeah, I figured I'd just go back and sort of do the old school Entropia Universe thing. Hopefully you guys like this. But yeah, pretty classic 25 PED mining run. I'm doing it up here. So this is the old area where the pilots used to all go, Rogue Plains. So all the pilots used to have their hangars docked up here. And what they do is they come up here, sort of they've got their houses here, and you've got your hangars that would be like down here or here traditionally. And to get to CND or Crystal Palace, what you need to do is go to those hangars with a pilot, you jump in their ship, you see a load screen, and then you're on Club Never Die or Crystal Palace. And most of the pilots would be selling their services, so it's pretty easy to find. You just go to Twin Peaks, find a pilot, they'd bring you here, and then you'd be on an asteroid. So it was a very cool concept. I liked it. But yeah, those times are long gone now that everybody has spaceships. I think the pilots got like an extra special spaceship, but that must have sucked for them because they had something at one point that was worth $10,000, and then overnight Mindark took that and made it worth maybe like 1,000 or something like that. It was crazy. But yeah, so we're just sort of going back to the old school. Right now, we're not finding any claims, unfortunately. Like I said, I left because the loot was bad, so like we'll see how this goes. I tried a hunting run earlier. I streamed it, and I took a 38% loss, which was astronomical given how much I've been losing recently. Like I've not had a winning run in probably 2-3 weeks now. So it's getting harder and harder to play. And I know some of you guys say up the PED stack, but honestly, guys, like if I'm doing 1,000 PED run, it's gonna take me months to recover from that sort of loss. That's why we got to keep these things small, because I can't. Again, since I don't deposit, I could not recover from a loss that might have been 100 PED, or not 100 PEDs, but like 1,000 PED loss. So that's why I like these 25 PED runs. They're nice and simple, sort of sweet. You can get an idea like once each run's done for how the game's going. So if you're seeing like a 10% loss or something like that, and you're doing a 25 PED run, that's not bad. Even if you're seeing like a 20% loss, because you know sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. When I see something that's like 50 or something, that sort of signals to me that times are changing. This was a pretty good hit right here. Langot's ore. That's one I've never found before. You can see it used to have a huge markup on it, 400%, but now we're down in the 130s. Because unfortunately, I really do believe what Mindark did is they killed the markup on a lot of this stuff, just because they knew that would improve sort of the money the players could give to them. So what's happening is I think a lot of players, a lot of these Ubers, were playing the game and sort of withdrawing money because they knew like they could go after high markup items and they were able to pull it off and make some money off of that. And I think Mindark wanted to put a stop to that, so they tried to kill the markup so that all the money goes through them and they can take all the profits. That's my theory on what happened and why there were all these changes. Because really what Mindark did is they changed it. It's like crafting isn't something that people pay a ton of money to do and then they can make money later on through markup. They made it so crafting something that you can just go up to a mothership and repair it and make money. And I think that's sort of knocked down markup, and I think that was their overall goal. We got a twofer here, so we're going to do a double drop. Let's see if we can't get 3 in a row. Can't, no. Alright, so no 3 in a row, but we'll pull these up. And a lot of people don't like these double drops. They say like it's sort of a waste, and I get what they're saying, because statistically, I'm sure, I don't know, the chances of finding something probably diminish because you already found something, but actually no, that's not how statistics work, is it? I don't know. But I think it doesn't work that way, because it's like even though you found something, there still could be a second claim. The chances just go back down. Although, again, it depends how you think this game works, right? Some people think there's only one claim deposited every, like, month or two. And, you know, they can revitalize every so often, depending on how popular the area is. But, like, some people think some of these claims are only put every so often. And there's others that think, like, claims just collect. So if you go in an area and mine where no one else has mined, you're going to get huge loot. I don't think that's true, but you never know, right? Because that used to be one theory, that the claims would sort of build up. So there's always that chance that like you'd find an unknown area, an unfound area that's existed for years and years and years, and it's just sitting there with like oodles and oodles and oodles of claims and globals, and just life's going to be amazing. You can mine there all day long and profit, but that's, I don't know, the more and more I mine, the less and less I think that is a viable answer to the problems. Like, it just doesn't feel right. I think the way globals, and not globals, but I think the way claims work is just the game puts a claim in, and the claim will last for so long, and after so long the claim sort of disappears and gets re-put somewhere else. And I think probably all those are just sitting in a database, and Mindark just sort of queries it to see, is there something here? And if there isn't, then nothing, and if there is, then something. Or maybe they're just put in an area, like each area has a set amount of claims. But that doesn't make sense, because if you double drop in the same area, you won't find anything, right? So like, for instance, if you drop multiple probes in the same area, once you're not finding any claims, you can't just keep dropping and find claims. So that sort of puts to rest the idea that there's a claim pool for an area, because otherwise, that way you should be pulling stuff up no matter how long you're dropping for. So what I think it is claims do have something to do with the location. But I don't know if claims respawn or if they're just randomly spawned, but I definitely think there's a timer on them. So you're not going to get a situation where you've got a bunch of claims just piling up in one area. So like Mindark might say, all right, we're putting a very small here for 1 month. And if no one finds it in that month, then it gets recycled and sort of reset into the computer or the algorithm. And I think that's how it works. And there's got to be something to do with spacing and stuff like that. Like there's probably a big formula behind it. But I think that's sort of the start. Just because of like how databases work and stuff like that, that would be pretty, not easy, but that was something that you could do. And that's also a way to avoid everything piling up, because otherwise you're going to have to avoid it somehow by saying like, you can't put a claim here if there's something here already. And that doesn't happen because I can double, triple, quadruple drop and I'll find something. I've got videos where I find something. So that sort of disproves that. So I think that's how it works. Just sort of talking it out with you guys. I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Is that how like mining loot works? I guess we're going into mining loot theory. I didn't think we'd go there, but we did. And I think I'm dropping some nice morsels on everybody. But there's definitely some areas that are more likely to spawn loot than others. So it could be based on like Mindark says we've got this much list, and it goes to all the list areas, or it could be like Mindark says each area gets so many PEDs and they group up like that. I don't know. because there's got to be some way to distribute the valuations. Because otherwise each area would be just as profitable as the next, and people would never change. But some areas are definitely better than others. So there's something going on there. There's some sort of percentage or something that happens. I'm just not sure what it is yet. Alright, let's drop that last probe. Let's hit that T button. T means teleport, by the way. That's why I always say hit that T button. It's not like a... Ooh. Not bad. Ending it with a very... not very small. Ending it with a small claim. That's sort of useful. Ooh. We got a mining mission complete. So we got our daily tokens. That's solid. I didn't even know I had that challenge to complete, but I'm glad I got it completed because now we can get some more mining challenges. Remember, folks, always keep those challenges on you because it really does end up helping out. And instead of teleporting, I'm just going to let this thing attack me. There we go. This is a great way to die because it actually goes faster than if you wait 60 seconds, and there's always that chance to get like some evade skill. I probably won't, but I know if a bigger mob hits you, you get more evade from it. I think that's how it works. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the bigger the mob to hit you, the more evade you get from that mob. Maybe. Which sort of makes sense, because if you're wearing armor, the more damage you're taking, right? Or same with, like, the way it works with PEDs, right? Is like if you put an amp on a mining thing, you get more skills because you're spending more money per drop. And I think with hits, like, the more HP you're taking per hit, the more loot you should get. That makes sense to me, at least. Anyways, let's total this up. So we went out with 25 PEDs. We've got a 1 PED left for this. I probably should have just dropped that, but whatever. Got 1 PED left, and in loot, we got a nice... Ooh. Ouch. I thought we were doing a little bit better than that, but it's looking like we took some significant losses here. We took 8 PEDs of loss. Markup is definitely not going to make up for this. We got some decent markup stuff for Blau. Just ignore that. But on average, we're only making like 5% off this. So like, whoa, we took a loss. We took a pretty heavy loss there. Yeah, that was a lot worse than I thought. We lost about $7.50. Let's say maybe, yeah, $7.50. I don't want to give too much credit. $7.50 that we lost, especially when you consider auction fees and everything like that. It's probably even less or even more. But yeah, given the run I was doing, that's a high loss. That's in the 30%, 30th percentile sort of thing, and that's sort of what I've been seeing recently. So I guess the bad luck continues, folks. But it's okay, because that's how these games go. It's like sort of give and take, give and take, give and take. But this means I'll have a little bit more time to play Prey, RuneScape, and all the rest. But I will be doing this again, so don't worry, never fear. But yeah, for now, I'm going to be saying peace, and hopefully you guys are all having a good day and getting better loot than me. Until next time, have a good one.